Rob Moore is a disruptive entrepreneur and he's brought his Aston Martin DBS to Yiannimize to get it wrapped in something a little less green. Usually Rob is asking the questions, but today I've got him in the hot seat to ask him how he's gone from buying houses to buying a shopping centre.
We paid 3.9 million for it, it's now worth 22 million. I like to own nothing but control everything.
Rob recently had some controversy with another property investor and he decided to settle it in the ring and 200 grand on the line.
I bought someone 20 kilos heavier than me. I like to challenge myself.
What advice would you give for the younger generation?
Learn how the rich get rich and leverage that unfair advantage instead of moaning about it.
You can't buy health.
You can buy health. And people say money doesn't buy happiness, but I would argue that it does. Money loves me, and I love money.
Just give them a quick, brief outline of who Rob Moore is.
Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. So I started property investing 17 years ago. I've just finished my 19th book. I write on property and business. I have the UK's largest property training company. Leverage a bit of social media and get myself out there. Yeah, like you do.
Okay. And obviously you had a little boxing match as well recently.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we raised 250 grand for charity.
Wow.
And I went in and fought someone 20 kilos heavier than me. And
It wasn't me, by the way.
I like to challenge myself every year to do things that are quite difficult, help you grow as a person. I've got the longest public speaking world record a few years ago. We raised 120 grand for charity doing that. Then we broke the team world record for the longest speech a year later. And yeah, and this year I decided to raise $250,000 by trying to knock a big guy out.
You're playing real life Monopoly. Would that be fair to say? You've gone from buying houses to buying a shopping centre?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
We started buying single let, just single and multi-family houses, and then we went to multi-let blocks, and then we bought a 99 apartment block. It was shopping centre on the ground floor, and then it had 4 empty floors, and we converted them into 99 flats. We paid 3.9 million for it. 12 million development. It's now worth 22 million.
Wow, okay.
in Peterborough. And we buy, hold, die.
So just explain buy, hold, die for me.
Buy, hold, die means my favourite holding period for an asset is forever. The longer I hold it, the more it can go up in value. If I sell it, I've got taxes to come off, and I'm going to sell it at half the price I could in the next 10 years. So buy Rolexes, hold, die. Buy real estate, hold, die. Buy classic cars, hold, die. The longer you hold it without selling it, the more you can live off the income. So you buy a property, you live off the income for the rest of your life, and then you die, and then it goes down to your estate. Your children, the estate might pay the 40% in tax, but you're able to live off the income the whole time. Whereas if I sell it, make 10 grand profit, but I haven't got the income stream. You can work some of that inheritance tax down. Not all, but some.
Because even when you die, you're still paying tax.
You are. 40% of your estate is gone. I like to own nothing but control everything.
Explain that.
Well, when you control an asset, you still get the income stream from it. But when you own it, you've got your tax liability and people can find out what you own and target you.
So on paper, Rob Moore is not really worth much, but your businesses and assets and things that you have behind your name is what is worth the money.
Yeah, that would be fair to say, yeah.
Yeah? What was your relationship with money growing up?
Oh, money doesn't grow on trees, Rob. My parents, they were very working class British, hardworking. They are. So money always seemed a bit hard to come by. But I learned that money is everywhere and that opportunity is everywhere. And money is in abundant supply and money loves me and I love money. How can you live the most rich life without the most important tool of leverage, which is money? You can't jump queues. You can't tip big. You can't go to the beautiful places you want to go without money. You know, people say money doesn't buy happiness, but I would argue that it does. Or at least you'll be a lot happier with what money can bring you. And no one ever taught me that. I learned that myself.
But then they would say, okay, and this is not me saying it, this is what people say, oh, well, our graves are the same when we die and you can't buy health.
Well, you can buy health. Most people don't know this, but the origin of the word wealth is wheel, and wheel, W-E-A-L, means well-being. So the origin of money is for well-being. So money can buy health. It can't buy class, as I am clearly. And it can't buy taste. And we all have individual taste, don't we? But it can buy health. I'm 44 now, and things are starting to go wrong in my body that didn't in my 20s, and that costs a lot of money, whether it's physiotherapy or all the supplements you take, and that costs a lot of money. So it can buy health, yeah. That guy Brian Johnson spending $2 million a year on reversing aging.
What advice would you give for the younger generation that are now coming up? Do they need degrees? Do they need masters?
Yeah, my friend is Jake Wood from EastEnders, and I was having this conversation with him yesterday. He does voiceover for a big American company, and they basically just tried to buy his voice off of him through AI and pay him nothing just own his voice. And he managed to negotiate. A lot of these more classic professions are going to be wiped out by AI. So what I would say to the younger kids is learn how to do AI, because then your job isn't going to be extinct, because you are managing the thing that is making the jobs extinct. It's a bit like if everything was taken over by robots and machines 40 years ago, operate the robots and machines, and then you've still got a job. So that's one thing I would say. The next thing is information. People can turn content into cash flow, YouTube revenue, TikTok revenue, Instagram revenue. And then I get emails 2 or 3 times a day from people saying that they will take my long form content and cut it into short form. So be like a content editor, or set up a social media or a digital agency. These are all modern jobs and careers that didn't exist 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And probably more realistic than getting a degree and going and working on the market stall, or going into retail and stuff like that. That's probably more outdated.
What do you think of the school system?
I think it's
Okay, right, so your car is under there. It was fluorescent yellow.
Yeah, highlighter pen.
Highlighter, fluorescent, why?
Because it was cheap.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What, because of the colour?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like...
Bring it to Yianni, get it wrapped.
Feels like a new car.
Exactly.
Adds 100 grand value.
Yeah, there you go.
Heard it here first. So, would you have ever driven it around as the fluorescent yellow?
No.
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 The car got delivered directly here from the dealer. He actually hadn't even seen it, and it was like, Yianni...
Yeah, I haven't driven it yet.
Yeah, you haven't even... I've driven it, and you haven't driven it. Are you ready to see?
I'm ready.
Yeah, you ready, Bobby?
Yeah.
Is there a satisfaction guarantee on this?
There's always a guarantee. Listen, I done a car for Paul Hollywood, and he gave me the Hollywood handshake, mate. So then you know that he's serious.
Yeah.
All right, you look wet there. You ready? Woo! Let's do this. Here we go.
Look at that.
Looks so fresh.
It does look fresh. Yeah, that looks great.
So obviously you saw the car when you originally gave me the car in the fluorescent yellow. It doesn't even look like it was ever that colour.
No. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Obviously we're talking about with the wife, we're trying to sort out colours, and is it this blue, is it that blue, darker, lighter?
What are you thinking, Bobs?
Yeah, I like the wheels as well.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, and look, all the lettering was kept black, super leggera.
If you have a black car, you can get away with doing outside only.
Yeah.
But if you have a real bright colour, you need to do shuts and returns. So it looks like this car was bought straight from the dealer. The only things that give it away are the hinges, which you can't do anything with the hinges.
Nice.
Good blue, innit?
Yeah, yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. It does look a lot more money now.
Yeah.
If this car was this colour, they would have sold it a lot easier than that highlight. And listen, that's the advantage of having a wrap. So if you ever go to sell this car in a year, 2 years, 6 months, whenever, you're like, do you want the car in blue, or you can have it in this colour.
Yeah.
So at least you've got 2 options.
Yeah.
So are we happy with the car?
We're happy. Are you happy, Bobs?
Yeah, it doesn't look like someone from Peterborough would buy this.
Is that going to be like a spaceship out there or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Message to the world.
If you don't risk anything, you risk everything.